Hi, I'm Mark Van Over, and I am here to talk to you tonight in a back to school night fashion about your students' homeroom class. Um, so I know that we're not in a traditional setting, and the pandemic's got us all doing this from home, but I did want to take a moment and thank you for coming tonight so that we can at least have some information about what's going on at school and give you an opportunity to know what your students are doing. And just as a general welcome for the school year, as unusual as it might be, I wanted to tell you just a little bit about what homeroom is supposed to be. This is an attempt for us to have some ways for our students to connect with one another. We're trying to keep it simple. We're not going to have big, elaborate types of plans with lessons and activities that have to be done in almost like a homework kind of style. We want to have something where there's some sort of connection between our students of all grade levels, at least for one given period a week, where it's not just about the academics and it's not just about school in terms of grades and learning and content and bells and all that sort of stuff, but just a place to be able to have some sort of sense of there are other people here and we do have an opportunity to have some connection with one another. Because it's simple, it's a good place for us to be able to connect with other students through either activities or questionnaires or discussions. We also have used this time to let students have a place to see their CCA TV broadcasts that are done. Once the video production classes are able to get those classes going remotely, we'll have those to be able to watch at that time. Um, it's a place where we can also get some support about things that we may have learned either as distance learning students or just over time. We've got freshmen that will be here with seniors. So there's always that ability for that kind of sharing to take place. We'll have some times where we do learn about some life or career skills. I know that I'm overdue on showing the kids how to check their oil. Um, and we were all set to do that before we went on quarantine. So I told them I might actually take the phone out to the car and show them how to do that while we're live. And what we'll talk about is also just how things are going with distance learning because it's definitely a um, a different type of environment than even we experienced in our springtime emergency school closures. Um, but for example, the things that students have said they wanted more resources and more time at school to know more about is things like their how to cope with stress that comes with just being their age, time management, how to ask for help. Um, we always tell people you should ask, but we don't always show them how to do that. Professional skills in the workplace. We're really good at teaching them how to be good academic learners, but what about what comes beyond? Um, how to be grateful and show some gratitude for things and working on communication skills that might benefit them, not just while they're here, but in part-time employment or even beyond high school. Um, we really want to show students ways in which that they can um, basically have some information about being resilient students, understanding themselves in a self-aware manner that is not detrimental, seeing themselves as valuable members of our community, learning to be empathetic, not just the um, to just the world and understanding what's happening, but to each other as students in the school. And also, we want our students to have a sense of accountability. That the world that we are entering, which is filled with so many unknowns, more than we could ever say before, is going to demand that kind of accountability. It's going to be what sets our students apart from one another when they go off into the world, and we want to make sure our graduates have that kind of information that they've learned before they leave us. And homeroom provides us an opportunity to do that in a safe space that's supportive and not in a punitive type of manner. Um, All teachers, counselors, and even our administrators have homerooms, and the students are with us for 4 years. So the student that's entered in as a freshman this year, I will see them till they're seniors. And I really like that idea of being able to have that kind of connection. There's programming. We call it programming. They're lesson plans, essentially, each week that we try to do as a school. Our school does have a website for those. The link, if I click that link, it won't show it to you in this video, but I'll do my best to get that link out to people through email, and that link will be able to show you the kinds of things that you can look at what we're doing. And there's always ways in which to share certain ideas that you may have as well, and we'd be welcome to those things to help us make this better for our students all around. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to meet and get to know my new students this year, and to reconnect with students that I was with last year as well. And hopefully we can serve as some place of sanity and a sounding board, and how to deal with all this unknown that's been thrown our way, and to do that the best we can. Thanks for stopping by tonight. I know that this is such an unusual way to do this, but I'm really glad that you've taken the time to learn more about homeroom, and that the ways in which I can help your students and get to know your students a little better. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact me. You can get my email from the school website, or it's Mark dot Vanover, V as in Victor, ANO, V as in Victor, ER, at SDUHSD.net. I look forward to seeing your students more over the course of the school year, and please have a great evening. Thanks again for coming by.